Hello everybody, it's Joy, and this is my Friday Live this week. We're doing it on Saturday this time instead of Friday, but we're going to make some really fun things. We're going to make a Z-fold flap card, so I really hope you enjoy what we're making. It really is a simple one, and I'm going to be using the new Nature Walk Suite. It is from the mini catalog, the January to April 2026 mini catalog. It's right here in the middle of the book, the suite. The suite is called Nature Walk. The stamp set is called Nature Symphony, but it has all these different elements. I'm going to show you a close-up personal look. In the mini catalog, if you scroll over to the next page, it kind of shows you how the artist made the designer series paper and then shows you some additional things that you can do with the spritzer and so forth to make this suite extra fun. So again, that is starting on page 38 of the mini catalog from January to April 2026. So hopefully we will get some people join on and I will be able to see comments. But if whether you watch on replay or you watch it live, I absolutely love your comments. Please do leave a comment or multiple comments. So I always go back and I look at your comments and then I reply to them. I like them. I love them. Just do reactions and then replies to your comments. So first off, we have the embellishments here. These are the faux bronze pentagons. And then we have this nice sheer ribbon here that is really fun. This is the bordered open weave ribbon, and it is in the Secret Sea color. We have our Nature Symphony stamp set and dies. As you can see, you have all these great stamp sets, and then you have some dies like this die cuts out this piece, this die cuts out this piece, and then you have some standalone dies. So these are really great. I'll show you this side of the package. We are going to be using this one here today. And then the Nature's Walk Designer Series paper is absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to show you that. It does come in the 12 by 12 size. And it comes where I'll show you the A side and then I'll show you the B sides. So we have all of the A sides here. See all those fun swirls? And then these splashes of the swishes and splashes of color. And then this nice grid, some more swirls of color here. And then some more just really fun patterns and things. So then we have the back side. So these are really fun. And then another grid. So you get 12 different designs, 2 each. And so there's 6 patterns on the front and 6 patterns on the back. We also have the Natural Hues textured specialty paper in cream, tan, and gold. So we have, this also comes in the 12 by 12. The cream, the tan, and the gold. And this has so much texture. You can just feel it. It's a really nice, very substantial paper. It looks like homemade paper is what it looks like because it has all the little flecks and things in it and the nice texture. So that is some fabulous stuff that I'm really looking forward to making a lot of projects with it. So let's bring in our pieces for today. We have a card base of Secret Sea, and that is a standard card base. So here in the United States, it's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So that's half of an 8.5 by 11. And then we have scored it in a couple of different places. We've scored it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So this is a Z fold. So you fold it in half like this and then just fold it back in itself like this. And that's our standard Z fold here. And then we have another piece of cardstock that measures 3 3/4 by 10 and scored at 5 inches. And this is Pretty Peacock, so Secret Sea and Pretty Peacock. So you wouldn't normally think to put those colors together, but it actually looks really good. Then we have a piece of, well, two pieces of Lost Lagoon. So this is Lost Lagoon, and we have a 3.5 by 4 3/4 inch piece, and then a 1 1/2 by 2 1/4 inch piece of Lost Lagoon. So we have our colors here. We have our Secret Sea, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and then we're going to put some, for our light neutral, we're going to use Very Vanilla. So we have a 3.5 by 4 3/4 inch piece of Very Vanilla. And we have another piece of Very Vanilla, which is 1 1/4 by 2 inches. So that will that will layer up there. And then this is our inside piece for this one here. And so that will layer up there. Let's go ahead and get those out of the way. And then we have some designer series paper. So our designer series paper, I used these two patterns. These are the opposite sides of those. So using these two patterns of the designer series paper from the Nature's Walk, or Nature Walk, I should say. And this is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So this one will layer on the front like this, and then this one will layer on this piece here. So that's the sizes that we have of those. And then I have a couple of little strips from this same designer series paper that I will find a reason to use at least one of these little strips. So let's go ahead and let's start doing some stamping. Oh, I also have a die cut out of the gold Hues of Texture paper here. So I did die cut that out ahead of time. So those are our colors there. So we have the gold, we have Secret Sea, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and then the gold from the Hues of Texture. Oh, hi Sandy, thank you so much for joining me today. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get some stamping done. Let's bring in a scrap piece of paper here, and let's bring in our Pretty Peacock ink and crushed curry ink. So that crushed curry does go really well with the gold Hues of Texture. So let's go ahead, let's grab this stamp, which just creates kind of some texture from the Nature's Symphony dies. So we're just going to ink that up here, and we're going to just put a little extra texture on this piece. I think I want it this direction. So we're just going to do one down here, and we're going to ink up again and do one about here and another one up here. So we got our elements of 3, we got our odd numbers there, and we're going to take this big stamp here and we're going to ink it up with Pretty Peacock. And I'm just dabbing this on. I'm not pressing hard. I am doing this very lightly, just tapping this pad onto the stamp. I'm going to close that up so I don't get ink absolutely everywhere. And I just got it right on my finger right there. So I'm having fun today because I have inky fingers already. And then this one, I'm going to kind of go off down here and go up at the top like so. We're just going to walk that stamp a little bit. Oh, try not to rock it. There we have that right there. Okay, yeah, that'll just go over there. Okay, so we have that done. And let's see, we need to do a You Make Me Smile on our small piece of the Very Vanilla. And I'm going to do that. And Secret C. So we're going to just ink up the You Make Me Smile. I'm going to stamp it so that I can leave room for a little embellishment here. Hopefully I'm getting that straight. And see, what else do I want? Yes, I want the Lost Lagoon ink. And then this little leaf here. And I want that on my inside piece. I'm going to just test this out just a little bit. And we're just going to stamp that right about there. Okay. Now we have our stamping, I think, is done. We take a symbol. Let's bring in our card base here. These up here. And we're going to take some Stampin' Seal. We're going to attach this to the front of our Z fold. Leaving a little bit of a border around from this section. There we have that done. And we're going to do some more assembly. Let's see. Let's fold this piece in half and let's put the inside in. Oh, first, let's do this. Let's take this. Let's take some multi-purpose liquid glue and just put a little piece right here. So it doesn't have to go all the way across. Our glue does not. Don't want it too thick, so thin that out. And this is going to go right down here. Try to leave it even down on the bottom. Whoops, that is sliding around. That is the beauty of the multi-purpose liquid glue, is it does give you some wiggle room. And I'm going to trim it off with a pair of scissors. There's our inside. Now we can attach it. That's just going to go right in here, leaving an even border around. Alright, now we can start attaching some other layers. I do have a bow that I tied with this bordered open weave ribbon in the Secret Sea color. So I've gone ahead and tied my favorite faux bow, and I think, oh yes, I need to attach these two first. Okay. Okay. See if I can get this even on here, because I want my border to be even. Okay, now I need to attach this. So I do need my my green glue or my multi-purpose liquid glue. Just some little dabs on the leaf parts. Not too much glue. Come on. Okay. Now we have this. And I'll lay this on here about like this. We can overlap. Oops. Okay. If the glue kind of, it'll dry clear. So I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Now I'm going to put my ribbon on. So I need a glue dot. Grab a glue dot out of my drawer here. That one is just about empty. Let's get a glue dot on the end here, because we're going to wrap that around. Put that knot right at that stem. Get another mini glue dot. Put that back in my drawer. And another mini glue dot. Try to make this even, like straight. Okay, so now we can attach these pieces together. This one will go on here. An even border around. Okay, we're going to trim our edges here. Getting out of ones with a long blade here. Oops. Alright, so this section is done. Now this needs to be attached to this section. So let's go ahead. We'll get plenty of glue here, or a tape runner I should say, to stamp and seal. And this needs an even border around. And then you can see we've got a Z-fold, we've got a flap, so that's why I'm calling this the Z-fold flap card. I don't know if someone else has called it something different or not, but that's what I'm calling it. Let's attach these two pieces together, these two layered pieces. And try to get an even border around before you commit. So how many of you have been watching the Olympics? I like the Olympics. My favorite is let's see, figure skating, like the ice dancing especially, but I also like curling. Is there anyone else here who also likes curling? Um, so that is, so we're going to do this right about here. So, and surprise, surprise, I don't have any dimensional. I think I'm going to put some dimensional on that part. So let's just hold my finger here. I'm going to grab, well, here we go. Let's just do some black minis because they're here. The mini size can be very fun. Well, thank you so much for joining me, the rest of you, Nancy and Teresa. Um, yes, yes, curling, it's like, I'm not quite sure. I do like watching, I'm not quite sure how it works either. Oh, I forgot this piece. Let's not forget this piece. This is another little strip left over. And try to get this on the bottom here. Kind of right at the bottom of that vanilla there. Then we're just going to cut a little, we're just going to cut that off. It's going to overhang a little bit. All right, there we have that piece. Whoops. And here's my take your pick tool to get those papers off lickety split. It works especially also if you have long, very fancy, lovely fingernails, which I don't have. Let's put it right here. Okay, so there we have that. Now all we need is some embellishments. So see how fun this is. And I could actually put another piece, another panel there too, if I wished. Um, I didn't exactly prepare a panel for that. So we're just going to go with it like this. Alright, so now we have our faux bronze pentagons. And we're going to bring those out. And again, our take your pick tool. Let's get the putty end a little better to pick them up. Let's get one of the large ones here. Whoop. Pick that up a little better. These are heavy. Ah, I'm going to use this end because these are heavy. And I'm going to put that right about here, and I'm not going to have it be, I want it turned a little bit. And then I need a couple more of these. Where do I want these? Oh, there's that. I think I want one there. And one here. And that one's, I'm going to turn that one a little bit. Alright, there we have it. We have our Nature's Walk suite card. We used all the items from the suite, and we made this fabulous Z-fold flap card. I don't know if you've made one of those before, but they're super fun. And thank you so much for watching me today. Again, I'll show you the Nature Symphony stamp set and dies that come with it. And yes, ice dancing, super fun. So I'm looking forward to um, to watching some more of the Olympics. And I agree with you, Nancy. I don't do well on ice skates. Um, my husband can ice skate. I never learned as a child, and so I tried a few years ago, and I couldn't stay up, and my knees were super wobbly, and it hurt my knees, and so it's like I will not be trying ice skating anymore. But he does once in a while. Anyway, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and watching, and maybe the rest of us can get back to watching the rest of the Olympics that are happening today. Until next time, bye.